We had Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. By the way, Rich, who had picked Islam for that last one? I believe it was me and Will went with Dustin, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. So I think at this point I'm up one.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go to the co-main Strickland versus Costa.
Yeah. This one, we talked about going into it. We had messed up. I didn't realize this was a 5-round fight. I thought it was a 3-round fight. But I wish it was a 3-round fight.
So do
This
I.
fight was a textbook Sean Strickland fight. Um, like I said, I was at my brother's house and they were like, shout out Jackson. You know Jackson. Jackson was like, yeah, this
Yeah.
fight's gonna be sick though. And I was like, it has a very high potential to be really boring style wise. And then after 2 minutes of Strickland marching him down and jabbing and front kicking him, I was like, there's a very good chance it's just this for the rest of the fight. And then it was that for the rest of the fight. Um, we talked about it. We're like, whoever's walking forward in this fight is probably going to win this because neither of them fight off their back foot very well. And once Sean started backing up Costa, I was like, oh, this is probably. I don't know if Costa has the ability to gain back momentum on Sean. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And then hey, look at the ticker there. We
yeah. Why
got
do you have a
Rich
medal?
updating it right there. Will predicted Sean Strickland this one. Ramiro predicted Paulo Costa. That's right.
Yeah.
So with Strickland in instant pressure, right?
Yeah.
That high guard just walking down Costa, even with the leg kicks, didn't
With
seem
the
to
one
impact
leg kick.
Strickland very much. And then it felt like he was having a hard time picking up the rhythm from Strickland. Right, so
Mm,
he's coming in, throwing that jab, and then he throw that teep kick, and then he does this thing where he
yeah.
feints the teep kick, and then steps down, and then feints the teep kick with the left, steps down, feints the teep kick with the right, steps down, and so the entire time Costa's like, is he throwing it? Is he throwing it? Is he throwing it? And then just like that, Sean Strickland closed the distance, and then he's just jabbing your face off again. It
Yeah.
was just,
Costa would try to take a step back to gain space. Strickland's just on him like glue. Um, the constant feinting of the teep and throwing the teep, and that also helps him be reactionary to check the leg kicks. All three of those things are very good for Sean. It also is going to zap your gas tank if you're a big muscly guy like Paulo Costa. Um, and
Now,
then
I know that they had mentioned Costa looks gas, Costa looks gas. You know, he's stepping back and he looks super gas. I didn't see it as Costa getting super gas throughout the
no,
fight.
no,
For me, it was just he just couldn't figure it out. He
yeah,
just couldn't figure out how to get past Strickland's pressure.
and Strickland's so good at framing and leaning back and catching shots on his elbows and his shoulders. So every time Costa would throw at his head, he's getting stifled. I did really like the body work from Costa. I wish he threw it more because he was landing well to the body. Um, Blunderum says, "I wish he would keep his mouth shut."
I see what he did there.
Yeah, but that, I mean that was basically the fight. It was just 5 rounds of Strickland walking him down, jabbing him, doing his marching, the marching teep. It's something that he's dialed in. He's very good at it. And a matchup like this, where he's fighting somebody who really can't fight moving backwards, he's got a very good chance of beating them exactly like this every single time.
Yeah.
Um, the final flurry is hilarious to me because Sean just doing absolutely nothing while screaming and throwing just the worst technique shots I've ever seen in the last 10 seconds.
The karate kick
It's
kicks,
yeah,
like
he's
just
like
flying in.
he's just jumping and throwing his foot out and like just swinging
So
from
funny,
back
dude.
here, and you're like, God. Um, yeah, this picture kind of shows it. There, I saw a video of Paulo actually. He recorded it showing his stomach in the hotel, and his stomach was all marked up from those teep kicks. They're all scratched up, cut up. Um, but I couldn't find the video. I was going to get a screenshot of it and put it in the slideshow, but I couldn't find it this morning. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is a textbook Sean Strickland pre-fight. I want to be the first guy to kill somebody in there. To post-fight, sorry guys, that was a boring one. Just the epitome of Sean Strickland's career summarized right there.
But then you think about okay, what's next for Sean Strickland?
Yeah, here's a hot take. How do you feel about this?
Ooh,
I feel like when champions lose their belt, unless it's a dominant champ and you're doing an immediate rematch, I think they should drop to number 5 in the division. I
And
don't
work their
like
way
that
back
champs.
up.
Yeah, I don't like that champs default back to 1 because then it's like, all right, he just won. He's ranked number 1 and he just won a fight.
Mhm.
So do we just give him a title shot? I don't like that. There's that flying jumping kick at the end of the fight, which actually
Classic.
landed somehow. Regis says, and of course, that's all Sean posts to his Instagram the last 10 seconds.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think,
How about Paulo Costa though?
I mean, he was 7 fighting number 1. I don't know what you do with Paulo. You give him someone who moves backwards, maybe get him a win.
Yeah, rough, huh?
But even when he fights someone that moves backwards, like Izzy, he still gets clipped.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. Also, Dave Torelli. I don't know if it's. I mean, I think this is probably corruption. I don't think this is negligence or like bad judging necessarily. I think this is probably intentional. I don't think you can accidentally. I don't think anybody actually thinks Paulo won 4 rounds in that
First 4
fight.
rounds.
That's crazy.
Yeah, also Torelli, dude, if you're gonna do it, go all in, all right? Just go 50-45. Come
Yeah.
on, dude. What are you doing?
I mean, it's insane that he gave him 4 rounds of that fight.
He gives him the first 4 rounds, and then he sees that kick from Strickland
Yeah.
to end the 5th. He's like,
He did
you kind of
jump.
took that 5th. Yeah.
Jumping scores, right? I actually don't know what scores in fights, but I think jumping scores.
Oh, classic.
But yeah,
All right,
that's just
man.
blatant corruption too.
Well, that was pretty much it for the co-main event.
Yeah, horrible fight.
Props to Sean Strickland though for coming through and pulling off a big win. Going into this, that's one of the things I had to mention is like, hey, both of these guys when they're facing some of these higher echelon fighters, seem to not be able to pull off the big win. Not sure we can really consider Paulo Costa a higher echelon fighter anymore. Maybe that was just in my eyes. I don't know. I know that he has a secret juice and all this stuff, and maybe I just
They all do
played
now,
that
though.
up too much.
You saw it, it's gone. Gasco says Paulo is causing heavy damage to the leg and body. That's probably all he was seeing. I don't think he really caused too much damage to the leg. I think Sean checked a lot of those. I think most of them he checked. There was a few that landed very well from Paulo, but not enough to win any rounds. I did like the body work. I wish there was more.
The body work was money, yeah. Especially in the 4th round.
It's hard to hit Sean in the face. He frames off so well. You might as well just go to the body.
Hey everybody, Ramiro and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way. All right, everybody, thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.